Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 50-some days away from its official release by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams and crew that is all set and ready to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one major aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of fans are very excited about is, of course, all of the Jedi, Sith, and Force lore that's going to be introduced in this film by J.J. that's really going to be used as a way to benefit the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, as well as character development for those two characters from start to finish of this movie. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that J.J. Abrams is going to be using a lot of prequel trilogy continuity in this film, as well as borrowing elements from Star Wars Legends, which honestly is a healthy thing at the very end of the day for Star Wars fans, as a lot of hardcore fans love Star Wars Legends content. Now, moving past all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of a sequence where it's explained that both Kylo Ren and Palpatine are said to be exchanging dialogue while Palpatine is said to be laying on a medical table hooked up to a large machine. It's described that this is not the crane machine that holds Palpatine over his throne, but rather Palpatine is being medicated by his Sith loyalists. It's described that one of the sequences is said to involve a moment in which Palpatine begins to tell Kylo Ren a tale of Darth Plagueis, who was once his master, that Plagueis learned the ability to cheat death and to create life, not on his own, but rather from another Sith Lord that went by the name of Nile Ren. It's described that Palpatine reassures Kylo Ren that this is where the Knights of Ren got their legacy from, was the Sith Lord from the Old Republic era known as Nile Ren. Nile Ren was said to have once been the master of both Plagueis and Snoke at one point in time, that first discovered the ability to create life, however made an attempt to hide his secrets while traveling to the beyond in the unknown regions. It's explained that Sidious unveils that somehow Plagueis was able to tap into Nile Ren's mind to obtain the great knowledge and secrets that Nile Ren died somewhere in there beyond, and that he was never found ever again. Now, it said that Plagueis tried to hide this knowledge from Palpatine, however Sidious was able to track down the true secret that he does not tell Kylo Ren. That is to be a part of Palpatine's manipulation that he can't offer Kylo Ren, that this power to immortality. However, Palpatine plans to only use it on himself, as you need 3 Force sensitives that are very unique in design in the same room to utilize the power of the Force conduit. Now, on the last part here, it does allude to the dialogue that we heard in the trailer of Palpatine stating, "Long have I waited, and now you are coming together, will be your undoing." So what I like about that is because these 2 Force sensitives, both Rey and Kylo Ren, they are both very unique as far as their powers go, and that's exactly what is needed in order for the Force conduit ability to actually work. So what's really intriguing to me about this, though, is that this is Disney's canon version, I guess you could say, of Palpatine's path to immortality, as opposed to him using essence transfer, like how he did in, of course, the Star Wars EU, which honestly I think was better. I think that essence transfer had a little bit more of, I guess you could say, a more interesting side of the story, because you have Palpatine transferring his consciousness, if you will, into his clone bodies. Now, about Palpatine, alright, Palpatine actually unveils to Kylo Ren a tale about Plagueis, that Plagueis did not learn the ability to create life and, of course, the ability to cheat death on his own, but rather he learned this from his own master, Nile Ren, by actually stealing the knowledge from his mind, by tapping into his mind. And the fact that he was able to do it in that sense could very well describe as to why Snoke knows that ability, and how he's able to go into, you know, the minds of both Rey and Kylo and bridge their minds, like as we saw in The Last Jedi. So now you can really see the connections that are being made in, of course, the sequels and, of course, the new canon material that's going to be established in the 2020s in the forms of books, novels, you name it. So, Plagueis, I will say, it's really nice the fact that they are giving us references of the character. After all, Palpatine is in this movie, and the last time that we even heard about Plagueis was in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Given that, of course, that was the latest Star Wars film that featured Palpatine, you know, of course, you know, when you're talking about when actual movies were made, the fact that Palpatine is now back and referencing his old master really is a big deal, not just for the Star Wars community, but also for J.J. Abrams, because it shows us, the fans, understands exactly how much JJ is paying attention to the prequel trilogy era in order to deliver something very interesting and satisfying for everybody around the world that's going to go ahead and see this year. So Palpatine, you know, at the end of the day is the expert puppeteer of the Skywalker saga, right? He is a manipulator. That's exactly what he is doing with Kylo Ren in this scenario, telling him that he can basically offer him this knowledge and this power. Meanwhile, Palpatine just needs Rey and Kylo Ren to be in the same room in order for him to use the power on himself. So that is very interesting. I think this is going to be a great story of Palpatine using the trickery that he has. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.